Okay, hey everybody, it's me, Angel Benton, and you're tuning in for my Sudsy recaps. And I have so much to say. Not a lot of it is about Bold and Beautiful, though, but I'm going to be talking about a little bit about Bold and Beautiful in just a few minutes. But my life is crazy. Let me tell you about my life. Let me tell you about what happened today. Out of the blue, I get a request to do an interview with Kyle Dixon from Below Deck. Right? Randomly today, I'm in the middle of a workshop. So I'm here in LA on a workshop, right? For work. I don't even live at, I live in Las Vegas, right? So I'm here in Los Angeles doing this workshop, and in the middle of class, well, it was like lunch. So I was on my lunch hour. I get a DM from Kyle Dixon saying, "Hey, you want to meet today?" And I was like, listen, it has been a long time since I have put on my journalist shoes, but I know when a story comes a knocking, you don't let it go. You go get it, right? Regardless of what happens. So normally I would just come home and study and go to bed, but tonight I was like, fuck it. I'm going to meet him. I'm going to meet him after class. I was like, I can't meet you now because I'm in a class. Because I'm not going to lie, work sent me to this class, so I need to pay attention to this class. But he did make it a little bit difficult. He did make it a little bit difficult for me to pay attention because then in my head I'm thinking of questions that I want to ask him, right? It's fine though. So, but the teacher probably thinks that I paid more attention today than I did ever because I was asking a lot of questions, but they were good questions. So, anyways, so I brave the hellish traffic. One thing I don't miss about Los Angeles is the fucking traffic on the freeways. And the reason why it's really hit me is because everything I've been doing out, whether it is the workshop or even meeting Kyle and interviewing him, that's all been on the west side. So I had to use the 405 freeway. The 405 is historically one of the worst freeways. The 405 and the 91 are the two worst. But then the third worst is the 10, and I have to take the 10 to get to the 405. It's just awful. It's just, the traffic is just the absolute fucking worst. It's awful. So, anyways, I braved that hellish traffic, and I totally got lost because I turned the wrong way down Victory Boulevard. Then I turned the right way, and I went around, and I made, whatever. I got him, and now I actually have a 4-part Angels Sudsy special with Kyle Dixon, and part 1's gonna air later tonight. You're welcome. I mean, I can't believe that happened. I'm still in shock. First of all, I have to give a shout out to Kyle and to his manager because they were both the coolest people I have ever met ever. They were so wonderful. They were just amazing. They were so amazing. So if either of you are ever out in Vegas again, or not again, because you weren't out in Vegas this time, but if you're ever come out to Las Vegas, just let me know. I will hang out with you. I will show you a good time because I've certainly shown a good time to lots of people who, are not famous. I'm a blast in a glass, as Dina Cortez would say from Jersey Shore, or macaroni rascals, as I called them on Twitter. Oh, time hop. I remember I used to have so much fun on Twitter. Anyways, but that was before life took over and I kind of had to, rein it in a little bit. So I'm very excited to air this. So you guys are gonna see all about my interview with Kyle. So I'm very excited about that. So that's coming up tonight. The first part 1. All right. So I'm just so excited. It's crazy. Okay. So moving on. So that's where I was tonight. That's why I'm talking about Bold and Beautiful because I promised I would talk about Bold and Beautiful, but I'm just really excited. I can't believe that the whole thing was just happened. It's so crazy. It's so crazy. What is my life? Really? Did that just happen? Okay. So whatever. Life is what you make it, and when something happens, you just got to go with it. All right, Bold and Beautiful. Let's talk Bold and Beautiful. Okay, let's rein it in. All right, let's talk Bold and Beautiful. I need to take a breath. I have had a couple of drinks because we were at a pub. So, of course, I was drinking because he drank a lot. He had like 4 drinks. I only had like 2. So, I'm a little bit buzzed, but like barely slightly. But I'm enough that I am not going to shut up because I can't shut up. It's fine. That's what the YouTube show is for. Okay. So, Bold and Beautiful. Let's talk about my girl Quinn. Okay. I love me some Quinn. You know I love me some Quinn. You know I have always been a big supporter of Quinn from day one. I think she's the best, right? And at the end of last week, we saw some jealousy that Quinn was displaying towards Katie because let's talk about this real quick. How incestuous is that whole Forrester family? Like, really? Like, Rick is almost trying to pawn Katie into a relationship with Eric, which is weird because she's his aunt. He's his grandfather. No, his father. He's his father. So that's weird. That's already weird. And then when you add to that the fact that Thomas used to be in love with Hope, who he's not technically related to, and he had that flirtation with Ivy. He's technically not related to her. And Rick and Steffi did it when they're brother and sister, but not through. I mean, like, it is just the weirdest, sickest dynamic in that family. I'm just going to flat out say that. That's just gross. Everything about that is just get some new people in because they need to go out. Like when first Thomas and then Rick and then back to then Ridge and then back to Thomas again was interested in Caroline. I was like, well, shit, at least Caroline is a Spencer. She's not related to half of these people. Because now, let's be real, Wyatt and Liam are both married, related to everyone through marriage. So, I mean, just the whole family dynamic is just fucked up. And it's annoying. So, anyways, so there was a little bit of jealousy on. I just thought I would say that. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Okay, so Quinn's a little bit, how do I put this? She got a little bit cuckoo crazy, a little bit, because Rick was trying to get Katie to buy the house next door. And she saw, because Katie texted Eric saying, hey, I'm next door at the house. I'm so excited. You know, just like nothing out of the norm. You know, just something you would text a friend, right? And Eric and Katie are friends. And I love Katie. By the way, FYI, I love Katie. And I'm praying that out of all of this, that Katie and Quinn form a friendship, actually. Because, A, Quinn doesn't have that many friends. And it would be nice if she had a lady friend. I mean, she's got Ivy, but Ivy is quite a bit younger. So it would be nice because Katie and her are not a lot more mature, but they're more mature than Ivy. So they have different world experiences, right? So, anyways, okay, so, Quinn saw the text, right? Because the phone was just out and she saw the text, right? And she just goes right over there. I mean, she's in her robe and she just barges right over there and she's like, look, bitch, what did I tell you about talking to my husband when I don't know, when I'm not home, when I don't know about it, right? But at the end of that episode, we saw a breakthrough in Quinn where she was like, you know what? You are totally right. I'm so sorry. And she apologized like a fucking grown up, like a human being, like a mature adult. You go, Quinn. So she apologized. Now, at the end of the episode, we saw Quinn, you know, in Eric's arms. And we saw Katie at the same time crying that she had finally gotten this house. She was so excited. So that's not good when because they showed it on a split screen and they showed Katie on one side and Eric and Quinn on the other. That's not good when they do that because you know some bad shit's coming up. So it's like, fuck. Oh, that's my stomach. It's growling a little bit. Anyways, Thank you so much for logging on. Keep your eyes open because tonight, the special with me and Kyle Dixon from Below Deck is airing tonight. Part 1. It's a 4-part series. 4-part series. Part 1 airs tonight. Thank you so much for logging on. Follow me on Twitter at Angel Benton. Hashtag Bold and Beautiful to talk bold and beautiful. Tomorrow I'm doing Below Deck. Apparently it's the last episode tonight. We'll talk about that when I interview Kyle. And have a wonderful night. Peace out. Wubba, wubba, wubba.